keep charging in, and if it fails through. But they tried. I think that's the game plan right now. Here it is, game number 2 of this best of 3 series with one game already under the hand of Boom Esports. Will they actually tie it out with this very, very unconventional draft, or will we be looking at a 2-0 victory here? Let's get into the game.
I think if people look at the draft under normal circumstances, I wouldn't blame people for thinking that Boom would, win immediately. Their draft is overall very balanced. They have a little bit of everything. They have something that fulfills every role. Oracle, in the meantime, it's interesting to say the least. Void Spirit scales rather nicely. He is on the squishier end of the spectrum. He's not really an initiator per se. I wouldn't initiate with a Void Spirit just because if he gets caught out by one of these disables on Boom ID, he's likely going to be taken out. You have Chen, which gives you plenty of sustain. That's mostly Chen's job. Core Dazzle, I still don't quite understand how a Core Dazzle is supposed to benefit this team, minus maybe like the negative armor, the grave. Really interesting decision to have as a core.
Oh, he tries to go for the toss onto the top. Kezcube going down for the first blood. Yep, it may be a remake, but with different results as they secure the first blood onto Kezcube and by Facehugger. So immediately showing its prowess right now. This Core Dazzle, QWE chasing down Hyde just to give it a little bit of harass. Should be fine. He goes top, right? Yeah. Did the Dazzle go top? Yeah, the Dazzle's up top now with the Chen. So that lane is just all about the sustain.
Yeah, so sustain, they've got quite a bit of harassment pressure as well, just because of how Poison Touch works. If you hit the target during the Poison Touch, I believe it refreshes the slow duration. So you can really pressure someone out, and you can kite them too, considering that the slow is not significant earlier on, but if that gets spammed out, you are not going to be running away from that. Not just the Dazzle, but his teammates even, if they take consistent damage. But yeah, we'll have to see. It seems like so far it is going to be the Poison Touch spam. I want to see if Facehugger levels it, or if he maybe caps it out at level 2 and then goes for something else with his skill points. But we'll check out Facehugger a little bit later, because I don't expect this lane to get any kills unless maybe FBZ decides to go a little bit overboard.
Oh, they might. He doesn't have a stick on him, knowing that Facehugger can't just spam it all out. QWE down at bottom seem to be pulling the creep wave, trying to trade ever so evenly. Yeah, the bottom's pretty chill, I think. I think Boom Esports won't go for a kill, especially these early phases of the game. So yeah, there's nothing happening here. The root's down, tossed backwards. QWE will walk out. Takes a little bit of harass, but it's fine. Top lane though. Facehugger, look at the harass damage. You were talking about it. Here it is. Stacking up.
Yep, so he's gone for no Shallow Grave. He doesn't really need it here, so he's just going to go for the heal and the Poison Touch. Boom, I'm not sure if they're handling the Poison Touch harassment quite well. They might be underestimating how much damage this can actually do if they let this build up. And Chen's coming back into lane with creeps too, so you can't really, you can't really do too much this Dazzle as long as both of these heroes are here. Azure, in the meantime, doing pretty well up against the Emperor Spirit. They are tied for CS. They're not really focusing on denies, it seems. They're mostly trying to get their own gold. So this Meepo off to a pretty good start so far. Looks like Dazzle's been pressuring out this Centaur though.
Yeah, FBZ actually has a hard lane against his Dazzle. Oh, Purge off the heal, gets a decent harass onto Calvin. Calvin's got to be careful though. Kezcube, once he hits 2, has the Fade Z that actually does do a hefty amount of damage.
So Drew Missile just doing what he needs to. This is pretty much a free lane down bottom here for Boom ID. PL, no one to contest. Calvin being pressured out by the opposing Oracle. And
he actually turned it around. QWE is in the area to come in with the Avalanche. Just get the control of FBZ. Getting real low, but he pops the Fairy Fire and actually outplays FBZ.
And they don't have the nuke.
Yep.
Kezcube tried to come in, but he just couldn't do enough damage by himself. So this Dazzle, 3 kills? Where was that? No, first kill was first blood. That was during the runes. 2 kills. There we go. I'm getting excited, I'm sorry.
because this Dazzle in the safe lane, who people doubted him, and now here he is actually paying dividends. Mid lane now gets the net off. The poof, enough to take the damage, burst him down in the mid lane.
So far, so good for Oracle. They've gotten kills with probably their most spectacular heroes on their lineup. So things are looking good so far. Their cores are doing really well. PL is still leading, but then followed by Meepo, and then Dazzle was more or less tied with Ember Spirit. They're not really that far. Not much of a difference anyway. So we could be looking at a pretty tight game.
Yeah, this Dazzle is just 1v3 in this lane. Like he's just going ham at it. Rambley's just focusing on stacking the creeps, trying to get some of them dominated under his own on his own side, but this Dazzle on his own actually zoning FBZ and 2 others backwards. And just like that, they've got space to make the roaming initiation down into the mid lane. Mikoto, if he does overstep himself, they might have the Avatar's combo.
There was a line drawn on the map, so I do believe they did see the Tiny. Oracle circled where Tiny was. Instead, he's going to try and rotate top, but I think they may have just caught a glimpse of him because now it seems like they're aggressively pursuing that Tiny in the jungle. Yeah, so Tiny's going to get out both supports. Yeah.
Oh, Calvin tries to go for the rune, but he's being beaten down. Nah, I don't think a PL can catch him at this point in time.
3 runes for Boom though. You're gonna be pretty happy there. 50 gold for that, so 150 long. There'll only be 1, unfortunately, for Oracle, unless they don't decide to take it.
Oh, QWE's coming in. Avalanche catches him in place for a little while, but he hoof stomps. FBZ falling low. It's stacking up. Purge it all off.
One more hit.
Will he actually live? No, he will. Face Hugger finally takes him down, but they look like they can punish, and they will. Takes down Facehugger in return. 2 for 1. Finally, Boom. Realizing that, yo, you have just outplayed your hand.
Yeah, not the best trade. You would have loved to have kept your Dazzle alive, but unfortunately for Chen, he was way too far from the fight, and considering that the Dazzle fully committed to get the Centaur kill, if he didn't commit, he may have been able to get out, but he really, really wanted it. Calvin, in the meantime, though, he is not having a great lane down here. He's still CSing 23 with 4 denies, but you're not stopping a PL.
Oh, Azura's in the area. He is under the cover of Invis. Will he look to nat him up? They will. He's on his own. Here comes the poof. Nope, leaps away just in time. Right under the cover of tower. Does not want to die for it, but Facehugger says otherwise. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Dreamer Cell pressuring Calvin to his wits. He's just spamming the voice chat. That's all he can do.
Well, what else is there to do, really? Not so much. So I want to know who's the one that's going to be making the move for both of these squads when it comes to that mid game. The obvious one here for Boom would be Ember Spirit to make the move along with the Centaur and the Mirana. Oracle probably just going to hang back to see if maybe they need to protect anybody. Dazzle, what's going to be in trouble here? Avalanche, they got no grave.
A little bit risk, but no. Unfortunately, damage was enough. And now Oracle's just going to come in with the Fake Edict burst. Keeps it low enough for FBZ to finish him off. And FBZ gets away, but unfortunately, Poison Touch will stack upon him eventually, and he will go down.
They do still lose that safe lane Dazzle, and ideally you'd like to be able to keep him, but unfortunately I believe with this skill build he hasn't put any points into Shallow Grave, so he doesn't have that extended timer to get the extra damage in. Ideally you don't want to be leveling the Grave at all. I think up until level 8, level 9, just because you want to focus more on your damage skills rather than getting Grave. Maybe picks it up at somewhere about.
Oh, another engagement. Here comes the Avalanche to control.
Ooh,
breaks the TP.
ouch.
And immediately the heal bomb comes in.
Yeah, hopefully we're going to see more of those because Heal Bomb is one of the bread and butter abilities on this core Dazzle. You want to be utilizing the minus armor since, yeah, it does physical damage. It doesn't do magical damage.
Blocks the camp. They realize it, pinged it out, tossed backward. QW eventually dead. Will he? Actually juking through the trees. They spot him out though. Rambley's in the area now. Finally pulls one over. It's Kezcute they're going for. He's disarmed, but the pull will connect. and he will cancel his TP. Ramley is the next target on his hand. Mikoto, 1v1, surely no one's gonna get the kill here. He can just throws a Remnant, runs the opposite direction. Remnant's backward, but that was a bait when the arrows comes in. Immediately has to pop this Disseminate, pops back up into the mid lane, uses the Remnant to pull someone in, just dismantling him for a second, will get out.
They won't lose the Void Spirit, they can't really afford to lose him. But they did waste the Ember Spirit's time, so that Meepo got some free space in that middle lane. I think that's what Calvin pretty much wanted to do, just to make sure that Azur got all the CS that he was hoping to get. And now Meepo is leading the net worth charts. Now the thing is, this is where things are going to start getting dicey for Oracle, because they need to make sure that this Meepo has a net worth lead all game. The moment Meepo does not have a net worth lead, that hero is not functioning to its maximum capacity. Meepo is similar to Alchemist and even to a certain degree Arc Warden, because you want to utilize a net worth lead and to overpower your opponents just by being overfarmed. You know, Meepo is so good at doing this. He's all over the map. He'll eventually get Boots of Travels, although I don't think he's going for it first. I'm not 100% sure or if he has it yet. We'll see his inventory later, but once he has that global mobility with the Boots of Travels, we're going to expect to see this Meepo really blow up, and that's when Oracle has to use that Meepo. You have to use it with the Blink. You have to use it when you get the Scythe of Vice. You basically have to kill Boom before Boom comes online. Unfortunately, their timing window isn't very big, so we'll see if they can start doing stuff now, because if they don't do it now, they're not going to hit that timing.
Well, they're taking your advice for it. Immediately comes in with the Astral Step. The net is there. Take down Kescute. You can take out the others. QWE actually falls pretty low with that Fate's Edict, but unfortunately, it's now only going to heal him up. They can pressure the mid lane, seeing as though they do have a Meepo lineup if they so wish to. With the Catapult already in place and a Chen, surely you just run that one down. Meanwhile, at top, FBZ trying to, well, trade in towers, I guess, but he doesn't push as fast.
It doesn't really need to push towers. He's probably just sitting there hoping to get his Blink Dagger money. He's reasonably tanky as well, since he's picked up the hood. So he can join the team fights whenever. He doesn't even have to be in the fights if he doesn't want to. He could just pop Stampede and the whole team benefits. So yeah, for Boom, they're just not in a rush. They can go late game. They honestly don't care. It's Oracle that doesn't want to go late game.
Trying for it. They catches one up on top. That's the Ember, though. Does he have another Remnant away to get out of here? Trying to contest the outpost. Facehugger is on his own if they so wish to commit. That would be devastating. So he's got the Necro book. This Dazzle went for the Necro. So they are all in for the push.
Could be all in for the push. Necro probably combos very well with the Poison Touch as well, since the Necro units are very fast. And you could just probably leave the Necro units on someone such as, you know, Hyde. I mean, what can Hyde really do? You could try and leap away, but Necro units, they, especially when you get them to level 3, they are really hard to juke off.
Oh, the Blink Initiation, as you said, he's got to use it immediately. Goes in, takes him down in a split second.
No chance. Yeah, they got to keep doing this. If they could just get these pickoffs with the Meepo. Meepo's actually gone for Blink first, so he didn't go for the greedy play. I do like that. Because he knows he has to help benefit this team. But I just want to know, how does Meepo and Dazzle work together? Because yeah, there's minus armor, but how effective is this minus armor going to be for a Meepo? Maybe it's the Grave. You know, when you're Boom, you're trying to kill the Meepo.
Keeping him alive. Yeah.
But making the Dazzle a core, though, I think it's a bit, you know, over the top.
Well, they're on a strict timer, most likely, with that move, but if they can keep the pressure up, maybe this PL don't even come online. Maybe, just maybe.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's 12 minutes in so far. We got a gold lead on the side of Oracle, so they are...
Oh, there you go, the PL. They gotta take him down though. Ramley is in the area. Do they have all the sustain in the world? They will not. In fact, they're turning this one around with all the rotations coming in from Boom Esports. Takes down the Chen. Just slowing the game furthermore. Yep.
It's probably better that they lose the Chen. The unfortunate thing is they lost all the creeps though. Yeah, if they didn't lose the creeps there, it would have been okay to just lose the Chen, but you lost everything. So that's a lot of gold going in the way of Boom. So Blink Dagger probably gonna be hitting a 18-minute timer on the Centaur, maybe even 15 if he doesn't die. Gets very efficient with his farming time. So once that Blink comes online, I think that's when Boom is actually going to put the hurt into Oracle to say that we can teamfight as well. We just aren't ready because Centaur doesn't have his Blink Dagger. So now they're just biding their time. Honestly, Dreamercell's fine with this because look at him. He's farmed perfectly. He's keeping up with the Meepo, which is bad news for Oracle. You want to be ahead of that PL if you're that Meepo, but he can't quite shake him off. And the unfortunate thing is that they could try to gank that PL, but PL is constantly guarded by other heroes. I don't think it's going to be an easy task to slow him down. They might just have to cripple the rest of his team and then just effectively shut down Boom by deleting the rest of the team and then going after PL. But even then, defusal on PL, it's pretty tough.
Well, they're making a wraparound. They're trying to abuse the timing here. It does spots out the illusion, so he does get in a single idea that maybe the PL was here farming earlier on. Will they catch on to someone though? Hyde is there. Immediately the Blinks comes in, but the leap avoids the net, and that was just a failed rotation. If this is the rate they're going, Oracle, they're gonna time out pretty fast.
They gotta speed it up if they can. They see Dreamercell, but they don't have the initiation, and I can see that they're trying to keep the Tiny close to Calvin because they want to get the toss initiation, but unfortunately Tiny just can't keep up. 3 TPs up top, Arrow, ooh!
Does catches onto him, incoming all the other Meepo. The poof is there, Avalanche to disrupt any sort of engagement, but they will take FBZ down eventually. Mikoto is just gonna make it away. Hyde is there in the area, does not see him. He was under the cover of the shadows, I think. The vision.
Yep, so 1 center kill. It's basically just buying time for Dreamercell. They probably don't even care that the centaur died. They just know that, oh, they spent 3 TPs to come up top to defend their tower. Now that we know 3 of them are up here, we know that Dreamercell is going to be safe. Yeah, Boom, they're just handling this game so perfectly. They know how to keep Oracle's attention elsewhere.
I think the Oracle just went a little overzealous with the draft though, but too soon to say as Azura comes in, takes down the Oracle first. So they don't have to sustain, but the great Hookstone and the God keep them in place. Now there you go. The sustains are all up, they're all healthy. Now they can go for the re-engagement. FBZ to go down. That one hand of God with the Shadow Wave. Oh my god, the sustain though. It's like they never even fought.
Yep. They gotta keep pushing with this as well. You need momentum, and once they get this momentum going, they've got to push towers. They've got to do something. You can't just go around the map getting these small kills, because looking at the positioning here for Boom ID, they're not afraid. They're more than happy to just roam around, especially with the PL. PL knows that they're not going to come gank him, because if they show their face trying to kill him, they know that the rest of the map is open. So if you're Oracle, they're probably going to have to say, guys, forget about the PL. We've got to take these towers. We need to threaten high ground to force that PL back, because at this rate, they're not going to be able to deal with him accordingly until they close up this map. They need to make Boom feel afraid, but Boom isn't feeling it.
Radiant's top tower is under
Immediately going for the objective, the push strat here with Ramley and all his allies, all his dominated minions. Just chomping down on this tower. It doesn't even last. It doesn't even hold a chance. They do take down the catapult in the meantime, so that's something.
It looks like Azur's going to be the one to deal with Dreamercell.
Oh.
Does he see him?
No.
Oh, that's too late.
A little too slow with that one. Now they can just re-engage. They know that Azura's not in the area. They toss forward. Oh, actually catches everyone there. Oh, but he pulls in Azura. Azura's finally in. They can look to re-engage this one. Immediately, Nats forward. Pops the false promise to purge it all off, but unfortunately, that's only delaying the inevitable. They are happy with this one. Oracle showing their prowess. She will go down, this Oracle. And now, oh, moving forward. Does Calvin once more? They will not. Will respect the high ground.
Yep, don't want to be diving too deep. They're trying to utilize their advantage, and this is where you need to be very careful. Roshan's going to be the next objective. Roshan, very, very important. You want to be throwing that. I'm assuming you want to throw that on your Meepo, so that at least Azur can try and go for a ballsy play and maybe try and delete someone. might lose the Aegis in the process, but then at least they can try to go high ground. Their biggest problem so far on Boom ID has been the Ember Spirit and the Oracle. Oracle, obvious reasons, you don't want him to get the False Promise off because then you're delaying someone's death. You might lose your own hero whilst trying to kill a False Promise target. Even Centaur to a certain degree, he could also be a problem, but Stampede doesn't really work against a Meepo as long as they're hit by the net. As long as the net lands, Centaur is not really someone you want to look at. Ember Spirit does most of the damage so far. PL hasn't been fighting. You want to kill that Ember Spirit. Once Ember is gone, there is actually no damage on Boom's lineup unless Dreamer still comes home.
Well, he's happily farming, already has a Diffusal and a Manta. Just picked that one up, so maybe he can actually join in on these early engagement at this point. A no mana Dazzle is a Dazzle that cannot save, so he's got to respect that. The hits coming up from this PL.
Do they have arcane boots on there? I don't think so, right? Teams don't really buy arcane boots anymore.
Dire's bottom tower is
So that could be an issue going up against Dreamercell. All his mana burns and his illusion now has it as well.
So now everyone's just gonna be like, okay, Dreamercell, where the heck are you farming? Because we need to farm where you are. It seems safe. And it looks like they have to go home now. They're gonna leave Dreamercell now. High ground. Yep, they have to pierce high ground. This has to work. Yep,
they have to. They know they're on a strict timer here. Gets the Nat onto FBZ. FBZ pops the Stampede. Moonlight Shadow as well to commit in. Calvin, though, they do take down the tier 3 tower, so that's a slight win for them. They're trying to commit everything onto the Centaur. Does pop the Aegis on this Meepo, so they get something in return, but unfortunately the tempo is a little bit too fast. They're bursting everyone down. Nearly got to the Ember as well. He does get the Remnant away. Calvin again, dissimulate. Trying to hold this place, trying to play it a little bit safe, but man, look at this tempo they're playing. They don't have to go back. It's like I said, it's like the pressure never stops. It's like they never even fought. They did pop the Aegis though. Oh, there you go. Dreamercell's in the area. QWE comes in. Doesn't want to fight for it. Dreamercell though, he's still there. They're all committing far forward. They're ignoring Dreamercell actually. They want to get the rest. At this point, you call this a win. You take the L and get out of there. Oh, Calvin still over committing for this. I think they are over considering their sustain. They do get the Shallow Grave off to hold himself. Gets the second kill onto Oracle once again. And again, in the mid lane, Azura falling pretty low. The tower's hitting him. Immediately comes in with the Remnant. They do take him down permanently this time round. He's gone for 50 seconds. Calvin has to dissimulate out of there. They overstayed their welcome, and now they're going to pay the price. Oracle getting a little bit too desperate there. Will go down one after one.
Oh, they needed to leave. The first time they wanted to retreat, that was actually the perfect time to go. They just needed, even if they, for example, lost the Tiny, maybe Tiny sits back, goes for an avalanche while the rest of the team is retreating, that would have been fine. But they stuck around, they got greedy, they tried to go for these kills, and Boom ID, they just did such a good job at baiting in Oracle, and now Oracle, they took a set of Raxes, they've got buybacks, it's not too bad, it's still very early, but you have given away a very big chunk of gold to Boom ID.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
They are playing the fast tempo as expected, but they seem a bit desperate, that one. Looks like during this downtime of Meepo, it's going to really hurt him a lot in terms of the farm, because when you're on a Meepo, you're expecting your clones or your Meepo doubles to at least be doing something across the map, and that 50 seconds was a long 50 seconds. They're going to re-engage again, I think. Do they have a smoke with them? They do. Pops the smoke, immediately goes towards the bottom jungle. They might actually
run
each
into
other.
Calvin. Calvin will be
it's
the first one to pop it.
Calvin was, yep, he gets the reveal. Yule Scepter him up. The root is there. Catches onto the blast onto the Void Spirit. He nearly goes down, but the Shallow Grave is there to delay the inevitable. But they actually took out in the back line to take out all the sustain. You've lost your Dazzle, you've lost your Chen, and now you're gonna lose more one after another. Without them, your Meepo is to die with, and it seems like Oracle has already ticked off the timer. They are just as easy as a piece of paper.
Oh my goodness. Just deleted. Tiny tried to come in with the avalanche save, but basically he and Calvin just sacrificed their lives super early. And did you see what ended up happening in that team fight? They ignored the Meepo. Because Meepo by himself doesn't really do anything to Boom's lineup. They just gun for the Dazzle. They gun for Dazzle. Everyone else. They just ignored Meepo. And Meepo was just in there, he was hoping, hey, look at me, try and hit me instead. But then they only went for him after everyone is dead. So Oracle, their thought process, maybe they thought, we'll just hide behind the Meepo, it's okay, but if you look at Boom, they have so many ways to cut into the backlines just to get those really, really squishy supports. So Oracle, yeah, they're gonna have to rethink this. They have to know now that they are on the back foot. Yes, they took a set of Raxus, but even though you took a set of Raxus, you're playing up against a PL. Yeah, it's a big swing.
That swing, it really hurt Oracle. They have every advantage now, Boom Esports, in terms of the EXP, in terms of the gold. They can't even kill FBZ on his own, and that was a 4-on-1.
As a center, you think center is just gonna die like that? I don't think so. Center is probably one of the tankiest heroes you can get in the game. I don't expect him to die now just because he's got all the items necessary to survive. Facehugger's Dazzle, I'm still trying to figure out what he wants to do. It just seems to me that we're not even looking at that sort of carry Dazzle with the Desolator. We're looking more of just like a very wealthy support. That's really what Facehugger looks like this game. It just seems like they've said, guys, we're just gonna try and super buff this Meepo. This Meepo is going to do all the work for us.
Oh, hold that thought. Looks like they're coming in for the initiation. The wraparound is there. They spot out the Chen. They spot out the Tiny as well. That's what they need. Take out the sustain and see if those carries hold their own ground by themselves. Actually misses the arrow. He's trying to juke him through. Does he have an astral step? No, he does not. It's in 10 seconds. Does throw up the Void Remnant will hide in just to disable him for a bit, but he's running the other direction. Did they actually get him though? He's only got an astral step. He did. He just jumped into the same place and got an arrow to his face. That's just.
Oh dear.
I hate to be this kind of skeptic, but like it looks over for Oracle. Like. Great, they got the tier 3, but they overplayed their hand and now it's just going at them like real harsh.
Yeah, good news, there is a Scythe of Ice finished on the Dazzle, which means that, on the Meepo. So whoever Meepo jumps on now should die to the Meepo combo. The thing is that enough to draw attention away from the rest of Oracle's lineup? Because so far, Boom, they don't see Meepo as a threat. I think once Ezra reveals this Scythe of Ice, they have to turn some attention to him. Makoto actually spots out Meepo.
Yep, pops the BKB as well, so any sort of and an arrow just to add salt on Rune. He tosses it back when he tosses the wrong Meepo. And now they can just look to commit. They take down the Meepo. They can go for more. QWE inside the tree lines, just regretting his decision to toss the wrong Meepo away. He will go down. Oracle. You might as well wave the white flag. It just seems you're timed out.
It seems to me maybe they're just getting a little overexcitable with what's happening. Maybe at this point they just think, guys, we have nothing to lose. Because with how the game is going, we will probably just lose unless we make some really crazy, very unpredictable plays. Because the movements that they're making right now are absolutely crazy. You don't normally see these kinds of movements. So they're probably trying to catch them off guard. If anything, the best place to fight with this Meepo would actually be the Roche pit. But Meepo's down for 20 seconds. Yeah, this Roche is gone pretty much. It's free. There's a bash from PL too. So now he can bash.
Oh, they're actually trying for it. Calvin, what are you doing? Actually goes into the tournament. Astral step forward only to see his own death hauled in place by the Roshan as well. That's gotta feel bad, man. What was that?
I can see what he was trying to do. He just said, guys, we've got nothing to lose. I'm just gonna go try and steal this Aegis. I don't blame him for making a move like this. You know, you've got to do something to slow down the attempt. If he could have stolen it, that would have been perfect. But he just needed to wait maybe 1 more second before he tried to go in there, because you could see that boom, the moment they saw the Void Spirit come in, they stopped all DPS on the Roshan and just went straight for that the Void Spirit. So yeah, Oracle, they're YOLO. Okay, it's YOLO, Rambo, Dota right now for them. Something's got to work, so they've got to try everything.
Yeah. I could already smell the desperation counter from Oracle. They really have to get something done across the map here, since their early strat seemed to be promising, but they've gotten nothing out of it. And in fact, it's starting to eat them up a whole lot. 10k gold net worth lead now going on the side of Boom Esports. They are, I don't think, do you think they still have to be the aggressors? I don't think they can even take a team fight at this point. They've been sticking S5 for the...
But put it this way, right? If Oracle do nothing, the game's probably just over. They're essentially just waiting for the inevitable. So I have a feeling that to a certain degree they need to be the aggressor, but they need to be very careful with what fights they pick. They can't 5v5 into Boom anymore just because Boom's figured them out. They know what's Oracle's lineup, like they know how they're going to play it, they know who's the one that's actually doing the damage, who's the problems. So they've been eliminating the problems, which is actually the supports. It's not the Meepo that's the problem. They're eliminating the backline support so that they can kill Meepo once he's got no support. So they need to pick a small fight where maybe if there's only 2 Boom heroes, those small fights, maybe if Calvin doesn't get picked off here, that would be very nice. Looks like the runaway windup, but can they get this kill?
Fight, but they're going straight for it. They go to pop BKB, go straight for the backline. Shan down for another 40, and that's your
Oh my goodness.
to go along with. Oh my god, this is looking rougher and rougher. And we're not gonna get a diamond out of this one. It's just straight downhill from here. Calvin's just trying to cut the creep, trying to delay the inevitable, but as you said, only the PL benefits from the late game in these 2 lineups.
If Meepo swaps net worth with the PL, I think we could be looking at a different game here. But technically, Meepo is actually at critical mass. Like the items that Meepo currently has is pretty much as good as Meepo gets. He doesn't get any better than this. The Scythe of Vice Blink Dagger is basically where you want to start snowballing as Meepo. He had this for about 5 minutes, and he still hasn't been able to cause any rippling effects in Boom ID. So because of that, Boom says, yep, we really don't care about the Meepo. We've seen them. They've just shredded through the Chen, shredded through the Dazzle, went right through their frontliners, and just cut back to supports. What can you do? You've got no way to protect them.
They're just going straight for the tier 3s now. They know there's no threat. Dreamocell having the best time of his life, just avoiding all the engagement that was coming up from Oracle prior. And now just taking down against a tower with a repair kit. Azura is trying to go for the last hurrah. They do take the mid lane barracks. What will it be in respawn on the side of Oracle? Oracle trying to make something happen here. Facehugger, he is trying to front it. He's still trying to believe in the, a Dazzle carry. Which
is Calvin trying to backstab? Calvin's in the jungle. Is he trying to backstab?
No, he was trying to cut the creep wave.
I mean, he's cutting the creep wave mid. Is he trying to draw attention?
Well, it's just delaying the game, but they're just, yeah.
They're smoke. I think they know where Meepo is. Oh yeah, they're pinging.
Yep, they've got the scan out. They see Azura.
Oh,
Blinks away.
Oh, they found the other Meepos. They need to proof. They need to proof the Meepos.
Down in the ancient area. Fight the ancient, please. Let's just take a look at that one. Oh, the Meepo. It will be delaying some sort of time, but the Oracle is the one that takes him down. That's gonna hurt. Facehugger now with the shallow graves, trying to buy some time. Pops the stick charges, the one charges, gets him a little bit of HP. Dreamocell running into the fountain. He doesn't even care. He's big now. He's just gonna go straight into the back door and aim for the tier 3 towers.
No Meepo.
Yeah,
no.
It's.
Oh my goodness.
It's actually over.
Oracle had a very good chance earlier on. They got so greedy after pushing that top set of Raxes, and then after 3 heroes just getting picked up for free. after that Rax attempt, I think that was it. Everything just, the scales tipped in favor of BoomID.
Dire's middle tower has
Oh,
fallen.
they've got the fountain on their side. Doesn't even tickle FBZ. FBZ having the time of his life. That Remnant pulls him closer to get the double edge off and takes him down. Dreamocell, he's done with this game. He said, I'm done and tired with the memes. I'm just gonna claw down your barracks. He knows it. QWE tries to sustain for a bit, but they are just choked in their own fountains at this point. Going for the tier 4, going for the throne. It's already down a quarter of its health, going down to half now. Is there anything they could possibly do? Azura is trying to go for the TP, maybe trying to look for the backlines. Will he? They will not. Dreamocell, he's the solo army, the one-man army that's taking the hits all from the fountain, and he's not going down, not for a bit, no. They take down again the Meeple with the burst, and now Facehugger's next in line. He's greedy about it. Has the Ghost Scepter. Will survive for a while,
Brave?
but they want to camp him. They knew they have to take him down. That's for the meme.
Dire's ancient radiant.
Pull that carry strat once again, I dare you, says Boom Esports. They wipe the 2-0 with Oracle.Youth in this best out of 3 series.
So BoomID, they're going to continue on in the upper bracket, whereas unfortunately for Oracle, they're going to be knocked down into the lower bracket matches tomorrow, where unfortunately it's going to be best of 3 elimination matches. If they lose any matches tomorrow, they are done. They are